All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about something that is, no joke, one of the toughest, but also one of the most freeing skills you can ever learn. We're talking about how to spot psychological manipulation while it's happening. This isn't about looking back and kicking yourself, it's about getting that clarity right in the moment.
Have you ever had this happen? You finish a conversation and you just feel weird, kind of confused, maybe a little guilty, and you're second-guessing yourself, but you have no idea why? Well, that feeling, that confusion, that is very often the first major red flag that something manipulative is going on.
So why is this stuff so hard to see when you're in it? Well, it's because manipulation almost never walks up and announces itself. It's sneaky. It wears all these different masks to hide what it's really about, which makes it feel like you're trying to catch smoke.
A lot of the time, it's wrapped up in something that sounds really nice, like genuine concern. You'll hear things like, I only want what's best for you. Or it might sound super logical, or even like they're telling you the right thing to do. And look, any of those phrases on their own can be totally fine. But when they're used over and over again to undermine your decisions, that's when they become tools of control.
Okay, this is all a bit abstract, so let's make it super clear with an example. Let's imagine two friends, Luis and Rui, and see how this plays out in a real conversation.
So here's the situation. Luis has had some bad experiences lending money to his friend Rui. So he's made a decision, a clear boundary, no more loans. This is for his own sanity, his own financial health.
And then, boom, Luis gets a message from Rui. And at first glance, it looks totally genuine, right? It seems heartfelt. Rui's even like, I know you have this boundary. He sounds desperate. He even throws in a compliment. But if we peel back the layers just a little bit, we can see exactly what's going on here.
Let's break this down. Rui isn't just asking for help. He is piling on the pressure. He's hitting the guilt button. He's making Luis feel responsible by saying he's the only one he can trust. He uses that compliment to kind of butter him up, and then he goes for the big one, dramatizing what will happen. This is textbook stuff straight out of the emotional manipulation playbook.
And this is where we get to one of your most powerful tools. Because long before your brain can do that whole breakdown we just did, your body, your gut, already knows something's up. It's time to learn how to listen to that internal alarm system.
What's really happening here is your body is picking up on what's called emotional incoherence. It's when what someone is saying just doesn't quite match up with their real intention. And the amazing part is, your body senses that mismatch way before your thinking mind catches on. Those feelings? They're not random. They're data.
So what are we talking about here? It's that sudden knot in your stomach. It's that feeling of confusion that washes over you. Or maybe it's a sudden pang of guilt that honestly makes no sense in the situation. Please, do not ignore these feelings. Think of them as your body's early warning system flashing, saying, hey, slow down, pay attention to what's happening right now.
All right, so we've tuned into our gut feelings. Now, let's give our brains the ammo it needs. We're going to walk through 5 classic tactics, right from the manipulator's playbook, so you can start spotting them as they happen.
First one is a big one, immediate gaslighting. This is when someone says or does something, and then like 2 seconds later, they completely deny it. What are you talking about? I never said that. It's a really powerful tactic because it's designed to make you question your own sanity, right then and there.
Okay, tactic number 2, the sudden change of subject. You know this one. You're trying to talk about something important, you're getting right to the point, and whoosh, they completely change the topic. It's a pivot, and it's not just them being forgetful. It's a very specific move to dodge responsibility.
Number 3 is called conditioned praise. And this one is so sneaky. It sounds like they're giving you a compliment, but there's a catch. The praise only comes when you're doing exactly what they want. Like, wow, you're so smart whenever you listen to my advice. See what's happening? The compliment isn't really about you being smart. It's a reward for being compliant. It's basically a way of training you.
Next up, we have artificial urgency. This is the you have to decide right now tactic. It's all about creating this immense pressure so you don't have time to think. It's designed specifically to stop you from pausing, thinking things through, or heaven forbid, asking someone else for their opinion.
And the last one, number 5, is the instant blame reversal. It's like a conversational judo flip. You bring up a perfectly valid issue, and somehow they twist it around so that you're the bad guy. I can't believe you would even accuse me of that. And just like that, you're on the defensive, explaining yourself, and the original problem is completely forgotten.
Okay, so now we have the tools, right? We can listen to our gut, and we can put a name to the tactics we're seeing. So, now what? Well, now we move from just noticing it to actually defending ourselves. This is about taking that knowledge and using it to protect your space and your sanity.
I want to give you a really simple but powerful exercise to try. The next time you have one of those conversations that just feels off, take a couple of minutes afterward and do this. 1. Jot down what was actually said. 2. Think about the tone and the order of things. And 3, and this is the most important part, write down how you felt during the conversation. I know it might seem like a chore, but you're literally training your brain here.
Because here's the magic of doing that. The more you practice looking back on it, the faster you get at seeing it in the moment. That analysis that might take you an hour to figure out at first, it starts to happen in minutes, then in seconds, until you can see it unfolding in real time.
Now, this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. The reason we're learning to spot this stuff isn't so you can point your finger and say, "Aha, you're manipulating me." That can often backfire or just isn't safe. The real #1 goal is much more personal. It's about protecting yourself.
When you recognize a tactic in the moment, that's your signal. It's your cue to put up your internal shields. It's what allows you to hold onto your boundaries, to not get pulled into the drama, and to respond with your head instead of just reacting. It gives you that power to pause and say, you know what, I'm going to need to think about that, and create some space.
So I want to leave you with a question to carry with you. As you move through your week, just pay a little more attention to your conversations. With all this in mind, what patterns can you start to see? And maybe, even more important, what signals from your own internal alarm system can you finally start to hear?